Most people don't know how many financial accounts they have or their net worth. And when you're not paying attention, you're leaving money on the table. The solution is Monarch, an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or phone. In just minutes, link all your accounts for a complete picture of your financial health. You'll never need a spreadsheet again. Get 50% off your first year, that's just $50 total, at monarch.com with code MANAGE. That's monarch.com, promo code MANAGE.
As a small business owner, have you ever felt overwhelmed by the pressure of choosing the right hire or leading a team? Or have you ever found yourself tolerating a bad hire because you fear trying and failing again as you repeat the hiring process? If so, you're not alone, and you are in the right place. Welcome to the Growing Your Team podcast. The Growing Your Team podcast teaches business owners like you to expand your unique business by teaching you to master the hiring and team management process. Hiring and managing a team does not have to be a challenge. You just have to learn to do it right. And the Growing Your Team podcast teaches you how to become a confident leader who hires right every single time. Now, let's jump into the show where each episode you will learn tips on how to identify what type of help you need on your team, how to source amazing candidates, how to conduct interviews that lead you to your ideal team member, how to onboard successfully, and how to lead every person in your business so you have a team of rock stars who you are happy to pay every single paycheck. So let's jump in and teach you how to hire like a pro. Hello, Jamie Van Cuyk here, and welcome back to the Growing Your Team podcast. Today, I want to talk about overwhelm in business. Today, as I'm recording it, or last week, or even longer, depending on when you're listening to this, I opened up my email one morning and I had 3 emails in my inbox for newsletter lists that I'm subscribed to that were talking about overwhelm and burnout in business. Now, this is something that gets talked about a lot in business, but it was really kind of like in my face that 3 different people were sending me emails about this topic in one day, which means there's a lot of overwhelm and burnout going on in small businesses right now that many people are talking about this. So I wanted to take some time today and just talk about this topic a little bit and what you can possibly do. Now, if you're like me and getting emails about this, you probably already have a few things on your list to do if you're feeling this, if you're feeling overwhelmed or burnout within your business. But let's talk about it again because maybe I have something different to say than what you've been hearing. So first, let's talk about overwhelm and how it leads to burnout. Overwhelm really leads to burnout when nothing is being done about overwhelm and it becomes a constant state within your business. It's natural to feel overwhelmed at times, and overwhelm can come in cycles. But when it's constant, it's a problem. So if I think about it, a lot of times we think about this like sometimes like seasonality or different things like that, where all of a sudden everything piles on your plate at once. I know way back when I was in my corporate job, there'd be times where I'm like drowning in work. And then a week or 2 later, I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And even the same now in my business. There's days where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I felt like I got so much done on my to-do list, but I added 3 times as many things to my to-do list. It all has to be done by the end of the week. How am I going to get through it all? I guess I'm not sleeping. And then a week or 2 later, I'm just like, all right, I'm feeling good. You know what? I'm going to take a few hours off on a Friday because all my client work is done. I'm caught up on everything and I have nothing else that really needs my attention, so I'm going to reward myself with a little bit of extra time off. Those things happen in business. And yes, those moments are overwhelming. And yes, we need tools and we need to learn how to navigate so we can be successful during those times instead of being highly, highly, highly stressed every second. But that's normal in business. As I said, it's when that overwhelm becomes a constant. And you never have those down days. You never have those light weeks. You never have that time where you feel like you're accomplishing more on your to-do list than you're adding to your to-do list, is when overwhelm is becoming a problem that really needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, you are going to burn yourself out. You're going to reach a point where you are no longer being productive on the level that you need to be to keep your clients happy, to keep your business going, to be successful and not want to throw in the towel. So, what do you need to do if you realize that you are in a constant state of overwhelm? First, I want you to look at your to-do list and see, are you stressing about things that cannot be completed yet? There is a chance that the overwhelm is all in your head because you're stressing about things that you have no control over. So what do I mean by this? There's things that you're going to eventually have to do, but you don't have the ability to do them yet. So it might mean that when you're working with a client, you have 10 steps that need to be completed from day one when they sign on to project completion. Maybe 1 through 4 are done right away. 5 is then done after client approval. 6, 7 are done a little bit while later. But 8, 9, and 10 aren't going to be done until like 3 months from now. But you're already thinking about 8, 9, and 10 and how I'm going to fit them in and where they're going to be on my schedule. And you're stressing about them even though there's nothing you can do about them in the moment other than do the first 7 steps correctly and effectively so that way you're prepared for those other steps. To give you a specific example, back when I was managing a team in corporate, I had a team member who was always overwhelmed and always stressed out. So we'd sit down and look at her to-do list. And she would say, for example, I need to get this creative to a client. And I'd say, okay, so you have the creative. No, I don't have it. It's with the creative team. I said, okay. Well, is the creative team behind on their deadline where we need to reach out to them to find out what's going on that they didn't deliver it in time? No, they're not behind on their deadline. It's not due to me until 3 o'clock. Okay, well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So why are we here stressing that you don't have the creative in hand to deliver to the client yet when you're not supposed to have the creative in hand yet? So instead of focusing on what we can do now, she was worrying about what she would have to do later, which then would kind of put her behind in all the tasks. So when that later came, she was behind. So are you doing things like that in your business? That you're stressing out about things that can't be done till Thursday because maybe the client's not even going to get you those things until Thursday and it's only Monday. If there's nothing you can do with the task, you need to get into the mindset of, that's future person's problem. That's future person's work to do. What can I do now? So start looking at your to-do list with, what can I do now? Not what I have to do later. What can I do now? And when you start looking at things of what can I actually do now, it, 1, helps you prioritize because you realize what needs to get done so you can do things later. And 2, it makes you realize that, yeah, that list might be long, but it's not all actionable. So focus on what's actionable. Okay, so if you go through and you're doing that every day and you're still like, oh my gosh, there's so much that I can be doing today. I can't do it. There's still so much. That's when this next tip comes into place. You need to start looking at your business and asking yourself, what is actually moving the needle? Are these action items making a difference in your business? If the answer is yes, then it's something you need to keep doing. If the answer is no, well, guess what? Get those tasks out of your business. There are so many things we add to our to-do list when our businesses are young, simply because of the fact that we're told we have to do them. Or we decide, I'm going to try this. And there's so many times where we add things because we are told to or that we're going to try, but then we never take things off of our to-do list. We never say, you know what, this is not working, because we never really sit down and evaluate if it's working. I guarantee you, if you sit down and look at your processes and look at the things you're doing in your business, there's going to be a few things that you could get rid of tomorrow, and it will not change anything in your business other than your to-do list. So start looking at things like that. Start looking at everything to say, should I actually be doing this? Is it actually moving the needle in my business? Or can I get rid of it? Then, once you go through this exercise, it brings us to my final tip of the day. And this one should be a no-brainer for you. You should know we'd eventually get to this, seeing this is the Growing Your Team podcast. But if you are in a constant state of overwhelm, everything really needs to be done today or soon, that's on your list. You can't cut anything out because it really is important for your business, then you need to consider hiring help. This very well could be part-time, temporary help to get you out of the weeds. Or it could be a long-term team member, whether it's a contractor or an employee. But if you are in a constant state of overwhelm and none of the other tips from today are going to stop the burnout, then you need to hire. It will be so worth your time to get someone on your team so you can stop feeling overwhelmed, so you don't lead yourself to burnout. Hire someone to help you. And one of the ways we can help you here at Growing Your Team is really help you figuring out what type of position you really need on your team. Who is going to be that team member that helps make the difference for you? How do you divide your tasks between you and whoever this is? So that's one of the ways we can help you here at Growing Your Team. But just know it is super, super, super important for you to not be constantly overwhelmed in your business. And you need to take the steps today so you can get to the point where instead of being on a path to burnout, you're on a path away from burnout. So either that is learning how to really navigate your to-do list so you're not stressing about things that you shouldn't be stressing about, whether that is eliminating things from your business, or whether that is hiring someone to help you, you really, really, really need to get yourself on a path of avoiding burnout by reducing overwhelm. All right, so that wraps up this topic for today. But before we go, I just wanted to share something very personal because I'm super proud, full of emotions. So when this is going live, the day before Monday, is my daughter's 10th birthday. So I know I talk about my kids sometimes when it comes to stories or when I'm talking with guests and everything on here, but being a working mom is something that I'm super proud of. Being able to go and show my kids everything that I'm doing. My kids know about my business. They attend events with me. They've seen me speak. And with my oldest baby turning 10, it's just this amazing thing where I'm just like, oh my gosh, how can I have been a mom for 10 years now? And knowing that just has gone by in a blink of an eye. And I'm super, super excited about everything that's coming up ahead. And, I just wanted to share that little personal thing before we go and wrap up today, because it's one of those things that I'm really, really proud of, is being a working mom and having my girls see this business and see what is possible. And especially my oldest, I would say that while she looks a lot more like her dad, her personality is a lot like mine. And, knowing that she feels encouraged to go out and be in leadership positions for her age and has goals for leadership, it just means so much to be able to show her how that can continue throughout life. That drive and everything that she has doesn't have to end. So happy birthday to my eldest baby. And I hope you have a great day and a fabulous week. And we'll see you next time for the Growing Your Team podcast. Are you ready to hire a new team member for your business, and you want to ensure you hire the person who can succeed in the role, make you happy, and positively impact your bottom line? Then let's talk and see how growing your team can help you master the art of hiring. Through bespoke hiring frameworks and comprehensive guidance, you will learn how to attract candidates who have the passion you desire and the skills needed to succeed. At Growing Your Team, women entrepreneurs and leaders work with us to help them expand their unique businesses by teaching them how to hire like a pro. Let's connect and see how we can help you. Send me an email at jamie@growingyourteam.com. That's Jamie, JAMIE @growingyourteam.com, or head on over to growingyourteam.com/jumpstart, with jumpstart being all one word, and let's talk about how you can become a confident leader who hires right every single time.